Last week, we began to serialize the subject titled The Real Costs of Criminal Justice. In the first part, which I urge you to get, we looked at what access to justice entails, what it takes the average person to get justice, in this context, criminal justice. In determining the subject, we began with the place, the welcome room in the mansion of criminal justice. How easily, quickly, efficiently, or otherwise it takes a citizen to be attended to by the police. It bears repeating that access to criminal justice at the police level comes with a steep price. Its cost can be afforded by ordinary citizens. In simple terms, as far as the police is concerned, justice is not free. Their intervention, from complaints to arrests and even prosecution, which they often bungle in courts, must be paid for. So there is really an impediment, a barrier to that access. It's like a toll gate where every motorist must pay something to drive through. Today we shall look at this subject from the angle of what obtains in the courts. The magistrate courts handle more cases than any other courts by reason of the nature of the cases brought there. The high courts equally handle volumes of cases. So how easily or quickly does justice come? The young man, let's call him Mr. X, approached me to assist him resolve an issue which arose when his brother, who was arrested and arraigned in a magistrate court, was granted bail. The issue was that when he approached the court's registrar to commence the process of meeting the bail conditions, he was confronted with a list of the official conditions and the unofficial ones. Whereas the court asked the accused person to provide two sureties that will provide a bond of certain amount and other ID-based documentations. The court registrar added that the young man should also provide 50,000 naira as processing fee and 100,000 naira as verification fee to the prosecutor. So what was his complaint to me? Simply, he didn't have such amount of money. For him, it was already difficult battling with the official conditions, and now this. He could not meet the conditions, and his brother stayed in prisons awaiting perfection. I asked him to report the matter to the presiding magistrate, but someone else counseled him not to, because in event that he fulfilled the official conditions, the court officials will frustrate him. The story of Mr. X plays out every other day in courts and captures what litigants and court users experience in the bid to get justice. Every day in these courts, transactions running into hundreds of thousands of naira are executed. Apart from the bail syndicate, other documentations at the courts involving affidavits, obtaining of certified copies of documents, and even such come at a prohibitive fee. This is the real cost of justice in Nigeria. The average person cannot get what he should without parting with money. On the official front, conditions like the evidence of payment of 3-year personal income tax by sureties of accused persons have hindered the wheels of justice, while the states view it as a means of getting residents to be tax compliant, even if minimally. The inability of prospective sureties to provide same affects the bail process and leads to congestion of custodial centers. Beyond the bail process, the trial process is dogged by delays arising from constant adjournments on various grounds: absence of prosecution and defense witnesses, non-production of the accused persons in court by the prison officials, absence of the presiding magistrate or judge, and some other unforeseen reasons. I had an unpleasant experience recently when I appealed a judgment of a magistrate court to the High Court and sought to collate the records of what transpired at the magistrate court for submission at the High Court. The officials in charge of the process gave my assistant such an outrageous bill to pay for the process. All pleas for they to break down the deal fell on deaf ears, and all attempts to see their boss were aborted. Out of frustration, I approached a senior official at the court headquarters and reported the matter. The official immediately put a call across to the appeal section officials, ordering them to do the right thing. In the end, I paid an amount less than half of what I was initially given. It is even more befuddling, being the fact that these abnormalities have become so routine and normalized that people who complain are seen as making noise. This is the situation the late Afrobeat legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti referred to in his evergreen classic as suffering and smiling. A situation where even the poor citizens see what constitutes barriers to their rights as normal and go even to chide those who dare protest. It's a strange situation, to say the least. Whatever one may say, until judicial authorities get up to walk the talk in enabling true access to justice, Nigeria will continue to rank low in the index as revealed in the UN statistics on access to justice. And in addition, prospective foreign investors will keep looking elsewhere. Benjamin Franklin once said, quote, "Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are outraged as those who are," end of quote. Stay with us as we round up this topic next week. Our socials remain as Zarifa page. They are available and you can follow us. Like, comment, and share. My name is Ben Abraham. This is Criminal Justice Focus. Thank you.